This is Zot, the worst League player we have at Skillcapped.
Okay, you can fight. Do the thing. Yeah, you're just gonna go for a long trade. Very nice.
Oh!
Okay, you're like really trolling.
No! I didn't think.
Yeah, he's awful. Zot may have been a high-rated WoW player in the past, but on the Rift, he is so bad he just got placed in Iron. We'll be taking this terrible player and getting him Diamond in just 90 days.
No.
And that's not all. He has to do it on the most punishing and mechanically intensive role of all, ADC.
What am I thinking?
His first challenge, grinding through 10 Swift play games just to unlock Ranked. And right away, Zot got to experience the biggest challenge every ADC faces, support players.
Can't I just have a support that just supports?
And you probably already know the type. From Pantheons farming the wave before he even gets to lane, accidentally taking cannon minions,
Man, genuinely gonna have more CS than me.
all to just have their ultimate just fall out of their pocket. To friendly Morganas helping push by maxing W. To Elise supports picking up the slack by devouring the next wave the moment you recall. But of course, that's only when the support was actually in lane to contribute. Let's just say Zot wasn't exactly having a good time.
I shouldn't have walked forward.
As across these 10 Swift play games, Zot always encountered the exact same problems. He would either take bad trades, which would result in him being zoned and unable to farm, or end up having to deal with being shoved under turret and constantly harassed, both equating to the same outcome. He would end lane phase massively behind in both kills and farm. And as all ADCs know, this usually leads to a terrible time in the mid game, where your weaknesses as a role feel even worse. You're supposed to do a lot of damage, but because you fell behind in lane, you end up extremely weak, resulting in this awkward dilemma where you understand you need farm in order to scale and start dealing damage, but in order to farm, you need to be grouped with your team or else this happens. But then when you group with your team, they just take all your farm anyway. Or, as Zot put it,
Man, it feels like everybody on the enemy team wants to kill me, and nobody on my own team ever wants to actually help me.
but let's be real, the problems weren't just with his supports. In fact, the biggest issue in every single one of these games was Zot himself. Needless to say, Zot's journey wasn't exactly off to the best start, and ADC was proving far more challenging than he could have ever anticipated,
Man, what on earth?
leaving him completely demoralized. But that's where one of Skillcap's very own challenger coaches, Hector, comes in. He's so confident in his teaching methods that he's willing to put everything on the line. If Zot doesn't hit Diamond within 90 days of this video, Hector will have to swim with actual sharks, which, needless to say, he does not want to do, considering he doesn't even know how to swim. And just to be clear, there's zero enjoyment in this punishment. We'd literally fly him out to Australia, make him swim with sharks the day after landing, and then fly him back the following day, and we're dead serious. But here's the thing. This isn't just about putting Hector's life on the line. The real goal of this series is to prove that any ADC player, regardless of mechanics, can climb. Which is why, week by week, you'll get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to all of the lessons Zot receives, how he implements them, and how they affect his climb. The same coaching, the same challenges, the same path to Diamond that you can follow step by step. All available right now in our brand new Bronze to Diamond course at skillcapped.com. So, with Zot's Swift play games ending in a less than ideal 5-5 scoreline in Iron to Bronze MMR, which is definitely not a good sign for Hector, but a very good sign for the Hungry Sharks, eager to not waste any time, Hector signed up for swimming lessons while also planning Zot's curriculum. Now, when improving at a game, there's definitely a lot of approaches you can take, from mindlessly grinding match after match to spending countless hours studying replays or streams. But with just a 90-day deadline looming over them, it puts the pressure on both Zot and Hector to climb and improve fast. Typically at Skillcapped, we focus on long-term improvement, but for this, that's just not gonna cut it. Hector needs Zot to hit Diamond and to hit it fast.
Okay, this is gonna sound dumb. My goal is not to make Zot a Diamond player. That is way too hard. All I want to do is get him to Diamond, but by getting to Diamond, he will be a Diamond player, so yeah.
So with that insane level of wisdom fresh in your mind, for this week, Hector started this journey by giving Zot 2 lessons. One is for short-term growth to get him climbing fast, and the other, a long-term goal to practice. The long-term lesson was getting Zot to improve his confidence by learning how to fight, because as Hector put it,
People have gotten lost in the sauce, like tempo, priority, this, that, win condition, yuck. The most foundational thing you can do in this game is just kill the enemy champion, because if you can kill them, you will win.
And we truly believe that one of the biggest issues lower elo ADC players have is how fragile they think their role is. When in reality, even as an ADC, you need to have the confidence that you can outplay and kill enemy players. So Hector set the ground rules.
I will not allow you to play ADC afraid of anyone.
And so it began, the ultimate ADC bootcamp. Hour after hour, day after day, duel after duel. Hector vigorously trained Zot how to beat mages, bruisers, tanks, even assassins. This wasn't just about teaching Zot how to play ADC, it was about teaching him how to believe in ADC. The goal was simple. Get Zot confident enough to actually take duels, even versus classes or champions that seem unfair, and it was starting to work. But little did Hector and Zot know that this entire fighting lesson was, well, a complete waste of time. At least for now, because what they were about to discover would completely change their understanding of what it really takes to climb as an ADC at this level, as their second lesson for the week transformed Zot's match history from this to this. Literally, a single lesson took Zot from trolling in iron games to speedrunning towards gold with KDAs and win rates that look like a Smurf account. The lesson that changed everything, giving Zot this immediate boost in elo, was simply learning how to farm. The reason why is because side lanes in this elo may as well be abandoned ghost towns, as once mid-game hits, everybody, like you're probably aware, just loves to ARAM it up, meaning those side lanes go completely untouched for the majority of the mid to late game. Like here in one of Zot's games, top lane went completely unanswered for 5 whole minutes. To understand just how crazy that is, around the 20-minute mark, each minion wave is worth about 150 gold. That's half a kill, meaning that during the span of this clip alone, over 1,500 gold, or 5 kills worth of gold, just evaporated into thin air in a single lane for both sides. Remember, Hector isn't teaching Zot how to be a good player. He just wants him to understand how to carry these super low quality games. And to do that, Zot just needs a lot of items, and even with atrocious mechanics, he can 1v9 every game by just right-clicking people. So here's some snippets of what Hector taught Zot in this eye-opening lesson.
What should I be looking for when I just base? Should I be going just towards the biggest minion wave, towards the most farm? Should that be my #1 goal? If I just want to, every time I spawn, where do I go? What is the easy solution?
So that is precisely correct. You're just going where there's more resources to get. So let's say you have a teammate in mid, you have someone up here. Let's say your jungler's here, let's say your support is here. If you see this kind of situation out of mid, you never want to go where there's someone else because they're just going to take that farm. There's someone here, I'll go bottom. That is all I do. At some point, you're going to make a really dumb call. Like, you really shouldn't have gone bottom. That's fine. You just learn from it and move on. You need to mindlessly almost just do it. Like, I think most people think high-elo players play with like really big brains, but a lot of it is just like autopilot pattern recognition. I see wave, I go kill wave. Everyone does this back and forth, like, should I go, should I not go, should I need you to never do that. You will learn more by just committing to a mistake.
So put the blinders on, don't think, walk to farm.
This is maybe not the best way of playing. I just want to like say that very clearly. It is maybe not the best way of playing, but I don't really care because it kind of works. I don't have to like think about my macro. I don't have to be like, oh, based on our team's win condition, like, you know, as long as we just stabilize the mid game, like this just kind of works without thinking. So you always kind of know what to do. I think it's like a big issue people have, that they think too much, and I never want you to think. I will never tell you to think that much in this game.
It's like the cheat code, the Ozempic climbing.
And that one lesson is all it took to get Zot started carrying games immediately. His goal from here on out, going into every mid game, is the exact same thing. Go to where there's minions and no teammates around to share his gold or experience. He doesn't overthink anything, he doesn't care about macro, he doesn't care about objectives, and most importantly, he doesn't care what will happen to his team if he leaves. As wrong as that sounds. Zot sees a wave, he goes to a wave. It's that simple. To put into perspective just how well this is working, here is Faker's account and his average CS scores. And here is Zot's account right now. So after just one lesson, he's farming up just as well as Faker with insane KDAs to boot. It almost looks like we've hired a Smurf to play on his account, doesn't it? That's until we go into one of his games. Here's what his mechanics still look like. Yep, he's still just as awful as before. The only difference? He's mindlessly listening to Hector. But let's not kid ourselves here. The mindless wave farming strategy that's rocketing him through the ranks, it won't work forever. Soon enough, as he climbs higher, enemy laners will get smarter. They'll contest waves, they'll punish him for overextending, and assassins and bruisers will inevitably just murder him. Which, technically, was what Hector was trying to solve with the earlier fighting lesson. But here's the thing about climbing as an ADC in League. This selfish approach is the foundation. So for now, Zot could just enjoy his free LP gains. But while things seem good based on his win rate, his match history doesn't tell the whole story. A major issue Zot is still going through is that although he has figured out what to do in the mid game, he's struggling to get there, as every laning phase feels like complete torture for him, as all ADC players have experienced. And it's especially frustrating when you get terrible supports like this one.
He just pinked him there.
What in the hell? You're in for a good time, Zot.
And this lane went about as well as you would all expect it to. Lux is dying for free all the time, and Zot is getting zoned constantly. Supports like these are every ADC's nightmare, and this problem will never go away. From bronze all the way to challenger, bad supports are a guarantee. And you can't just count on farming in the mid game to carry every game if you can't win a single lane phase. So Hector came in for another lesson. This Morgana was maxing W, stealing CS, and always pushing the wave, tilting Zot out of his mind. To deal with bad supports like these, Hector tried teaching Zot the most important lesson that any ADC can ever learn for the laning phase: parallel positioning.
This is the hard part about parallel positioning. Parallel positioning is kind of like pretty in in guides, because it's just like mentions this, right? You want to stand parallel to your teammate so that if either side engage, you know, you're both ready to fight, right? Like that's basically what the thing is. But in a real game, people are moving constantly, you know, like this guy's moving here, this guy's moving like everyone's moving forward, backwards, and everyone's kind of moving all over the place. What your goal is, like, let's say your opponents are standing parallel and this is you. What should you do? Like, let's say your support's back here. What should you do?
I should walk back.
No. Let's say you want to fight. You're strong. You're very strong. You want to fight. What should you do?
I should just move up and force him to move up with me.
No, this guy's a moron. What do?
Fight them 2v1?
Why would you fight them 2v1? I want you to think about that. You're a WoW player. You do positioning stuff in WoW all the time, I imagine.
I should
what do you
move
do?
off to the side and fight one of them.
Yes. You're trying to annoy them.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I just can't. There's a lot of positioning. Okay. I don't really think about these things. So yeah, I see what you mean. So I could in that same position, if you go down, could I have done that there?
You're gonna see it instantly. What should you do here, Zot?
Oh, I should be on like the other side fighting the Viger?
What the fuck? No! Zod, you're hitting this guy. Walk here.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Man, it's like I don't want to leave the boundaries of my lane.
Want to follow along with this week's lessons in full? We're giving you unprecedented access to Zot's journey from bronze to diamond, step by step, lesson by lesson. Everything Zot sees, you'll see, including live earpiece sessions where you'll hear every word Challenger coach Hector says to guide Zot through games, complete VOD reviews breaking down key gameplay moments, and over 5 hours of exclusive behind-the-scenes content that never makes it to YouTube. Plus, sign up now and get early access to all of next week's lessons before anyone else. All available right now in our brand new Bronze to Diamond course at skillcapped.com. But Hector's got his hands full with this one, as Zot's positioning is an absolute nightmare. He keeps messing up parallel positioning, walking straight into 1v2 fights. So to continue our journey to Diamond, there's a lot of work to do, and fast. So with Zot's laning clearly needing a lot of help, that'll be our main focus in next week's video.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, you can duel him.
Should I?
Yeah. I mean, you have everything. May as well try.
Opened up my shop.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
I don't have vision. I'm too scared.
Yep. You're a jungler, all right. What the
When I was doing that, I was like, I should probably go kill this Jinx, but man, I'm really close to finishing this crab. Look, I was just watching it the whole time.
Oh, you're a jungler.
But if I left this crab and went to kill the Jinx, the crab would reset, and I took so long getting this crab this low at this point. I've committed to the crab.
Oh, that's gross. If I lose this, that'll be awkward. I suck. Oh, I think that's so bad, actually. We go again. Let me lock it up. Oh, Zod, I'm gonna sit up. Yeah, I can't win.
I didn't even hit my ult.
I guess we'll just edit out this entire assassin
We're
section.
100% keeping that.